Several years ago, I came across a weird headline. The state of California is suing Nestle. Now, I just could not resist clicking, and was amazed to find out that Nestle was drawing more water than they were allowed, and California was cracking down as part of their response to the drought. I guess I was exceptionally bored at the time, because somehow I found myself in the dark corners of the internet learning about how California water rights work. Hi, I'm Nathan, a normal human who requires water to stay alive, and this is Save Money, Save the Planet. So, what the heck are water rights in California like anyways? Well, it all traces back to the Water Commission Act of 1913, which, like water in a drought, disappeared very, very quickly. It was gone by 1921. Next up was the Colorado River Compact, which was an agreement on water usage among the southwestern states. This one is luckily still in effect today. This agreement took the average flow of water in the area and partitioned it out amongst the states so that they could in turn partition it out to their industries and constituents. Like any agreement, there are pros and cons to this compact, but the largest issue is that it is simply based on the wrong number. Looking back, experts have become more and more convinced that the average flow, which the compact was based on, was higher than normal. In fact, estimates range from it being 15% to 24% too high. But luckily we caught this one, so now we can just fix it, and that is that. Wait, why isn't the video over? Oh no, there's more problems? Well, unfortunately, a quick tally of all the water rights in California versus the normal rainfall has shown that we have over-allocated our water by 1,000%. And that's not some made-up number. They actually wrote an 11-page paper on their findings and even broke this figure down by the various watersheds in order to show how over-allocated each one is. Now, I understand that this is a huge issue, but I couldn't help scratching my head as to why California was suing Nestle specifically. I mean, their drawing of 300,000 cubic meters only accounts for 0.0004% of California's total water supply, so, I don't know, don't they have bigger fish to fry? Well, I guess someone has been monitoring my internet activity because an update to this story was recently announced. Nestle's water permit expired in 1988. Yikes. So, I guess this is California cleaning up its backlog and going after low-hanging fruit like Nestle in order to bring their water into a less overburdened situation. Apparently Nestle isn't the only entity who's still drawing water based on expired water rights, so there's a ton more work to do if we're going to clean up this situation. If you've now decided that you hate Nestle and you want other people to hear about this, then hit that like button. That'll help this video get out to a larger audience. But let's move on to the next topic, because aren't you just a little curious where the heck California is using all this water? Well, according to this study by UC Davis, over half of the water used in agriculture in California is used for three things: pasture, alfalfa, and corn. Now, I just gotta say, one of the things that's disappointing about caring about the environment is how often you end up talking about meat consumption, even when you originally set out to talk about something completely different. Why do I bring up meat consumption now? Well, all three of these items function as feedstock for animals. Pasture is obvious, and corn is something that many people know about. But alfalfa, now that one took me by surprise. First, I was confused why we were suddenly talking about the Little Rascals movie. But I eventually realized that this was a plant. When I looked up the plant, I found these pictures of sprouts, which commonly come with my pho order. Now, I'll admit, I can be a bit stupid sometimes, because my first reaction was, oh, I guess people eat more of that than I thought. But then I scrolled down a bit farther in the Wikipedia article and found that sure enough, it is a very common feedstock for cattle. So, we are once again confronted with the fact that our excessive meat consumption is putting stress on our planet's resources. But you know what? Let's table that discussion for just a second and turn our attention to the cities in California. Almost every city in California has big plans to up their amount of water recycling because for years, America has had an unfair aversion to the ominous gray water. What is gray water? It's basically all water which has already been used for something, such as washing your hands or doing the dishes, excluding the stuff which was used in the toilet. Traditionally, some of this water has been treated and reused, but the majority has not for various reasons. But this study shows how California is currently working to identify how much more water could be treated and reused, and they're working to build the infrastructure to do it. In fact, I can say that I've often heard LA discuss their goal of reusing 100% of their gray water by 2035. And if we look at how overdrawn all their watersheds are, well, sounds like a good idea to me. Alright, so I've been firing off tons of loosely related facts so far, but now let's talk about what you can do to bring all this together and change your day-to-day life to help. First, you should be alert for if your region's water supply starts to shift, and put pressure on your elected officials to update their water allocation as a result. I'm just about positive that California is not the only region with this problem, even if they're the main one currently suffering. You should also keep an eye on any water recycling plans in your area and help them come to fruition, because any water that you recycle is also water that you don't pull from a stream. So instead, it gets to be used by the fishes, wild animals, and plants, who, apparently, all need water. But in your day-to-day life, there's a lot you can do as well. The single thing which uses the most water in our homes is the toilet, so you can start by simply flushing less. Maybe you've heard the phrase, if it's yellow, let it mellow. Yeah, just don't flush the toilet when all you do is urinate. By doing this, you can possibly cut your number of flushes by 2/3 or more, which can save 3 gallons of water a day, and that is enough to run most Energy Star certified dishwashers. The other item which uses a lot of water happens to be located in the bathroom as well. I'm of course talking about the shower. I heard the advice a while ago to sing a song while showering and try to finish before the song is over. Well, I'm a terrible singer, so I just use my phone instead. I start a song as I turn on the water and then try to have the water off by the end of the song. Honestly, I've been shocked at how often I manage to finish my shower in under 3 minutes, which is huge because a quick Google search says that the average shower is 8 minutes long. At a rate of 7.9 liters per minute, that means that I could be saving 37 liters, which is enough to give 10 people their recommended daily water intake according to the Mayo Clinic. 2 other areas that we use a lot of water are the dishwasher and the laundry machine. Firstly, don't fall for any rumors that you can save water by washing these things by hand. Maybe you could if you're super diligent with your water use, but the typical person just won't be. Just ensure that you're always running a full load so that water doesn't go to waste, and maybe try to reuse your cups and jeans a few times before putting them into a load. And if your model is old, then you may want to consider upgrading to a high efficiency model, which can also cut down on water and electricity usage. Saving water in all 3 of these areas will help keep more money in your pocket, but water rates vary so much by region, it's really hard for me to provide an exact number of how much you'll save. And of course, like I mentioned before, you can take a hard look at the food that you're eating every day. Eating less meat and more plants will have a huge impact on driving down the water used to create your dinner every night, and it'll help out your bank account as well. I checked the prices and protein content on tofu versus ground beef last time that I was in the grocery store, and I found that I would pay 4.5 cents per gram of protein with tofu and 6.5 cents per gram of protein with beef. Assuming a diet which requires 50 grams of protein per day, this will save you $7 per week and still get you the same nutritional value. Hey, if you have a water-saving tip that you want to share with everyone, then please leave it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you can catch my next video. Alright, now go make a difference today.